Hey guys, I'm Brad and I'm a VR game developer. I made Night of the Wendigo, Attack of the Jersey Drones, Data Rock Quarter 5, and now Monsters in My Closet. And I've been answering your questions about game development. I have a friend today who asked me, how do I feel about working for a studio compared to working for myself? And I feel qualified to answer that because right now I'm doing both. In this video, I want to talk about working for myself and what are some of the pros and what are some of the cons? And I think it depends on your personality. I'm just gonna read you what I wrote her. I hope you don't mind if I read. For solo work, I said that I really enjoy making all of the creative decisions myself and taking responsibility for everything. I'm okay with that and I like that. And I think that's a personality thing. I like being independent. It feels good. It feels good to be the one in charge. You can only do that if you're working on a solo project. Maybe a very, very small indie project with a couple of friends. Secondly, working on a solo project, I can never be quote unquote blocked because there's never anyone else who I'm depending on, right? In other words, there are situations when you're working for a studio or in a big group of people where sometimes, you should always be able to find things to do. But sometimes you're waiting for someone else to finish something before you can get back to work, at least on that thing. And when you're working solo, you're the only one. So that's really not a problem. And I like that because it helps. I feel like I can go fast. Next, if the game is a success, I can keep all of the profit for myself. So far, I haven't earned a ton of money from my games, and that's okay. But I feel like that's extra motivation, actually, to make my games better, to level up. Because if my games get better, if they sell more because people like them, then I directly benefit from that. Whereas working for a giant studio, it might not matter so much. There are studios where if the game's super successful, you get laid off. If the game isn't successful, you get laid off. That's kind of a problem right now, but that's something for a different video. Okay, second to last, if I'm working on a solo project, I need to be very careful about keeping the scope of my games very, very, very small so that I can actually finish them. If I try to make something too ambitious, it's gonna take years. And for me, I'm not okay with that. I wanna make stuff fast so I can get better fast. Lastly, if I burn out on an idea working solo, there's nobody else to push me forward. There's no one else to really light a fire under me. It's all on me. In the next video, I'll talk about working for a studio and what I think about that. What do you think?